If you want to get good results with SEO, it is important that you know how a search engine works. So, what are Google's secrets? How does it work? In the world of search engines, Google is a real giant. They are by far the largest search engine in the world, with a global market share of around 92%. Google is by far the biggest search engine in almost every country. The only two notable exceptions are Russia and China. In Russia, Google is still the biggest search engine with a market share of 55%, but the second largest search engine, Yandex, is also very popular with 42%. In China, Baidu is the biggest search engine with 71% market share. Google only has 3.42%. But for the rest of the world, Google is by far the dominant search engine that almost everyone uses. So in this course, we will often talk about Google. But all the strategies mentioned in this course also work for other search engines. Okay, so how exactly does Google work? How do they ensure that they provide users with the best, most relevant search results? Google's search engine is based on a so-called crawler, also called a spider or a bot. This crawler is a computer program that does nothing more than follow links on the internet. Those links take them to all different kinds of web pages, and the web pages it comes across, it stores in a database called the index. So the Google index is kind of like a copy of almost the entire World Wide Web. You can compare it with a table of contents of a book, where you can see on which pages in the book a particular topic is discussed. As you can imagine, the Google index is huge. To store all that information, Google has large data centers all over the world. And they developed a technology that allows them to search all that information in a split second when someone types in a search query. When you go to Google and type something in the search box, Google looks in its own index of the World Wide Web for all the web pages relevant to that query. Google then ranks the search results based on relevance. The best and most relevant search results for your query will be ranked first. Google uses an algorithm to rank web pages. This algorithm is a complex mathematical formula that determines which web pages from the index are displayed for a particular query and in what order. In summary, we can say that Google works as follows. There is a crawler, also called a spider or a bot, that follows links on the internet and thus scans the entire World Wide Web and saves the web pages he comes across in an index. This Google index therefore consists of a copy of almost the entire World Wide Web. And finally, we have an algorithm, a complex mathematical formula which, based on a search query that someone enters into Google, determines which web pages from the index are relevant for that query and in which order they should be shown on the search results page. The algorithm also has to make sure that the best, most relevant search results are shown first. Now we arrive at the most interesting part, the algorithm. How does that work? How does Google determine which web pages are most relevant to a search query? And how are those web pages ranked? If we know that, we can of course use that knowledge to make our website rank higher in Google. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly how it works. Google's algorithm is top secret. You could compare it to, for example, the recipe for Coca-Cola. Of course, Google does not want everyone to know how their algorithm works. It's the foundation of Google's success, and they obviously don't want to see it in the hands of competing search engines. But we do already know a lot about how Google works. Some obvious factors are: how often does the keyword appear on the web page? Is the keyword in the title of the page? Is the keyword in the URL? Is this web page on a quality website or not? All these factors then lead to a total score for the page, and on the basis of that score you will be presented with a search engine results page for your query, with web pages ranked in order of relevance and quality. And all of that in less than a second. Amazing, right? Google uses more than 200 ranking factors in its algorithm. So those are all factors with which web pages are ranked in the search results. The algorithm is a secret, but we know a lot about how it works already, and we roughly have an idea what those 200 ranking factors are. In this course, you will learn more about the most important ranking factors. Our goal is to get the best possible score with our web pages in order to rank as high as possible in Google. We will begin our SEO campaign with doing keyword research. I will tell you more about that in the next video.